Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today is going to be a long-awaited one for me because I've been thinking about doing this for a long time. The time has finally come for me to do this. If you watched my last video, you knew this was going to be happening anyway. Yeah, today I'm going to get some different brakes for the front of my EP3 Civic Type R, and it's going to be sick because the whole time I've owned the car, I've had a slight seizure on the front right-hand side brake. So I've always just sorted it out well enough so that it works, but it's never been like perfect, and it's just got to the point now where one, I'm fed up with it, two, been properly brought up on my Honda service, and three, I just want a new look for the front brakes because this has been something I've been wanting to do for ages. Because I had to replace the caliper, well, and both fronts in the end ended up being seized, one worse than the other. So I basically had two options. I either had to buy some I have three options. I have to recondition the ones I've got, buy some reconditioned ones, or just get different ones completely that are bigger and better. And I basically went for that because if I'm already going to be spending the money on either reconditioning or buying reconditioned ones, and I need new pads, like that amount of money I could just put towards something better. So that's what I decided to do, and yeah, it's going to be well worth it because it's going to look sick, it's going to brake better, and yeah, it's just a good time around. So we're going to be heading up to Garage EP3 today once again because Haas has got a full brake kit basically. It's new for me, front calipers, discs, pads and braided lines. So all of that is a package, and then they're going to fit it for me as well because it makes sense. So they got a lift and everything. It's pretty cold today, so I'm going to have to de-ice the car. I'm also going to put my spoon bung in because I haven't put it in since my exhaust reaction video, but doing that far on the motorway is just going to be too much without the bung. So I'm going to put the bung in, get freezing cold, and then yeah, so I'll see you guys when we get there, and yeah, we'll go from there.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah. It's the money, it's the
Right, so I've made it. Cars here. It's just as full as last time, except there's less cars in here but more parts. It's so nuts in here just every time. So many bits. So just waiting for Haas to arrive now. Cars in, heaters on, that's what you can hear in the background.
A few moments later.
Right, wheels off. We're starting. Haas isn't actually here yet still, but Jesse's got on with it. So yeah, wheels off over here, and yeah, getting on with it. You assume with what happened last time, things are going to happen super quick. Oh man, I just found these scratches on my car. I don't even know when this happened. Okay, while Jesse's fitting the other one, I just thought I'd grab the other side that we haven't got to yet. So this is the new caliper. This makes it look really small actually. That's my hand. The other one's almost on the car already, and the size difference when it's on the car is pretty different. So these are the Brembos off of the DC5, so technically it is still an OEM Honda part, but these are 4-pot Brembos, so if you're going to run this on an EP3 you need to have S2000 discs, so we've got those. One of the other reasons why I've wanted bigger brakes, or a 4-pot at least, is because you can then remove pads from the top without having to take the caliper off. You can pull the pads out this way. So I'd show you this. I would show you by the side of the OEM one, which I might try and do later, but at the moment they're all still on the car because obviously brake lines and stuff.
money, money.
Okay, so I managed to grab the OEM one, so this is my passenger side front and this is driver's side front, so that's why they look a bit different, but you can see the size difference obviously. I don't have a Premier Edition, so the Premier Editions get these in red, but yeah, just thought I'd show you the size difference because it didn't make it look that much bigger when I showed it just by itself. DC5, EP3, as always, Japan got the better stuff. Okay, so this is it with the wheel spacer sort of half on, the lines are in. Oh man, it just looks so much better. It looks so sick. So you can see it goes with the red in the engine bay, red of the seats, you can just about see that, yeah. Oh, it ties the car together so much more, and also it just looks sick. Okay, I'm going to go for another Explore. The JDM Recaros do look pretty good with the smashed glass in them, but they're not ripped or anything. They're pretty nice. But yeah, just in this bit of car. Have a look at this mouldy steering wheel. That is pretty disgusting. Just shows how long cars have been sat here waiting for their death. We've got some various rear lower control arms here. Blue skunk 2, red skunk 2, I assume rears, a battery tie down, ASR brace, Premier Edition Recaro's here. Just the regular seats, this is what I originally had in my car. Loads more seats up there as well. And then just so many exhausts. Loads and loads of big bits of exhaust. Crazy. Yeah, that's kind of it really. Just bits. It's like you see a BYC wing there, but like just stuff. A little bit different to last time. Oh, and there's these crazy leather OEM seats as well. That's pretty much it. So both fronts are on now, both fronts are bled, and there is also some braided lines for the rear. So Jesse's just done one of them and he's doing the next one now. And I also brought some pads with me, so he's very kindly putting new pads in the rear for me while he's doing the rear braided lines. So full braided lines all the way around, and then these bad boys up front, so it should be pretty different.
12 seconds later.
In classic me fashion, we blasted through the back of one of the OEM ones because the thread's too long on these to fit these, and then the spacers I've got aren't spacery enough to fit the brakes behind it, so we've got a spacer on a spacer at the moment. Just trying to find something that's got the pitch of this to match the OEM wheel. It'd be fine if we were running different wheels because they've got the different pitch. Basically it looks like, so even if, let's say this did fit, the OEM bolts still wouldn't go on anyway because this thread is way too long for the OEM nut. So this is classic me, and I don't really know what's going to happen right now.
One eternity later.
Okay, it's been a long time later. It's ended up that I'm now running these wheels on the front for now. Has to let me borrow these. So I'm going to go for a test drive now just to check that everything's alright. Right, it's been about a week since that last clip. So I was just about to go for the test drive and Haas noticed something that meant it would be very bad to go for a test drive at that point. So it basically ended up that it got dark because we were sorting out the issue. So the issue is sorted now. Yeah, it's a week later, so I've been doing some research and stuff on what to do because I'm definitely not going to put OEM wheels back on, because when I did some research I was going to do ARP longer wheel studs and then a 20mm spacer, which seemed like a good idea at the time, but the more I've researched into it and the more people I've asked, the more I've thought to myself like that's not really a good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run different wheels, which I'm hoping is going to be the next video. Hopefully I can get this sorted, because basically these team dynamics that are on the car now, the specs are so wide for this car. Well, I rub going over any bump and I rub going around corners if I go around the corners hard. So at this point in time, new wheels is probably going to be the next video. The brakes, the pedal feel isn't quite where I want it at the moment, so I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to bleed the brakes soon so I can get that pedal feel, because there's just a bit too much travel. I just feel like there needs to be more bite, especially as these are 4-pots. Like I just don't have the confidence in them right now, and I think just a bleed should sort that problem right out. I guess that's kind of it really. It's not gone as smoothly as I hoped, which is just cars, isn't it? But especially me in cars, it seems to be. So at this point in time, brake feel isn't quite there, but it should be there in a couple of days. I think that's when we're going to do it. I'll let you guys know in the next video. Yeah, new wheels, which I wasn't totally expecting. Yeah, I did want them on, I did want new wheels anyway, so I guess that's another reason to get them. But either way, these brakes look so good. I'm really looking forward to having the brake pedal feel that I was expecting to have. I don't think that that's anything wrong with the calipers. I think it's purely just they need bleeding again. And also the rear pads are new, so they need bedding in, and also if the discs weren't matched with the disc that they came off the other car on, then they might be slightly worn differently, so it'll be different. So there's loads of variables at play right now. So yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. A bit of a mission for me. Hopefully this should all be solved by the next video, so subscribe if you want to see if that issue gets solved, and for any other videos that I have coming up in the future, go check out some of my other videos, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
It's the money.